No one noticed Remy when he walked into the interstellar medical bay. That was normal. Remy had lived his whole life being invisible. On a massive space station filled with diplomats, soldiers, scientists, and alien royalty, he was just a human labor technician. A helper. A background figure. Someone people stepped around, not looked at. But tonight, invisibility saved a life. Red emergency lights flashed across the white walls. Alarms echoed in sharp, broken bursts. Alien voices shouted in panic, some high and melodic, others deep and mechanical. The station was on lockdown. At the center of the chaos, inside a transparent medical capsule, lay an unconscious alien woman. She did not look weak. Even unconscious, she radiated authority. Her skin shimmered like moonlight on water, soft silver with faint blue veins glowing beneath. Her long white hair floated gently in the low-gravity field of the chamber. Elegant armor, cracked and scorched, still clung to her body, marked with symbols Remy did not recognize. But he felt it. She was important. Vitals dropping. A medic shouted. Cellular collapse accelerating. Blood reserves? Another voice asked urgently. A pause. Then silence. No compatible donors, the chief physician said grimly. Her biology is too rare. Remy stopped walking. He had only come to fix a broken power conduit near the medical wing. He wasn't supposed to be here. But his eyes stayed locked on the woman in the capsule. Unknown alien. Severe internal damage. Blood failure. He swallowed. A memory surfaced. His father, years ago, lying in a hospital bed on Earth. Machines beeping. Doctors shaking their heads. No donors available in time. Remy's hands clenched. He stepped forward. I can donate. Every head turned. The chief physician stared at him like he had spoken nonsense. You are human. Yes, Remy said calmly. But scan me. A few medics laughed nervously. Others looked annoyed. Humans had tried before, always incompatible, always useless. But they were desperate. Run the scan. The chief physician said reluctantly. A hovering scanner slid toward Remy, wrapping him in soft blue light. Numbers and alien symbols flickered across a holographic screen. At first, everything looked normal. Then the screen froze. The symbols shifted. Turned gold. A sharp tone echoed through the room. The scanner recalibrated itself. Once, twice, 3 times. Then it displayed a single phrase in Galactic standard. Perfect biological match. The room went silent. That's impossible, a medic whispered. The scanner beeped again. A second line appeared. Royal genetic compatibility, 100%. The chief physician's face drained of color. Who is she? Remy asked quietly. No one answered. Because everyone in that room now knew exactly who lay in the capsule. Queen Seraphina. Ruler of the Luminary Dominion, one of the most powerful alien empires ever known. A being whose bloodline had never matched with any other species. Until now. Security doors slammed shut. Armed royal guards stormed into the medical bay, weapons raised. Their armor glowed with defensive energy. Their eyes locked onto Remy. Step away from the queen, the commander ordered. Remy raised his hands slowly. I just wanted to help. The chief physician moved quickly. Wait. He's compatible. Perfectly. The guards hesitated. The commander looked at the scanner results. His expression shifted from anger to fear. This information cannot leave this room, he said coldly. Remy's heart pounded. I don't understand. I didn't do anything wrong. No, the commander replied. You did something impossible. Queen Seraphina's vitals dipped sharply. Her blood pressure is collapsing, a medic cried. We are out of time. The commander looked from the queen to Remy. For a long moment, the fate of an empire hung in silence. Finally, the commander lowered his weapon. Prepare the transfer. Remy blinked. You mean now? Yes, the chief physician said. If we delay, she dies. A medical platform slid out beside the capsule. Soft restraints wrapped around Remy's arms. A thin glowing needle formed above his vein. Fear crept in, but Remy pushed it down. If this saves her, he said, do it. As the needle pierced his skin, a strange warmth spread through his body. His blood flowed through a transparent conduit, red at first, then slowly changing color as alien technology adapted it. Inside the capsule, Queen Seraphina stirred. Her glowing veins brightened. Her breathing steadied. Vitals stabilized. She's responding, a medic said in disbelief. The human blood is not just compatible, it's reinforcing her cells. Remy's vision blurred slightly. Is she going to live? Yes, the chief physician said softly. Because of you. The transfer ended. The restraints released. Remy staggered, but stayed standing. He looked at the queen. For just a second, her eyes opened. They were deep blue. Ancient. Intelligent. And they locked onto Remy. Something passed between them. Recognition. Not of faces, but of blood. Then she closed her eyes again. The alarm stopped. Relief flooded the room. But the commander turned to Remy with a dark expression. You will come with us. Remy frowned. Am I under arrest? No, the commander said. You are under protection. What does that mean? It means, the commander replied, your blood has just tied you to the most dangerous throne in the galaxy. Remy looked back at the sleeping queen. He had walked in as nobody. He was leaving as a secret powerful enough to start wars. And somewhere deep within Queen Seraphina's royal DNA, a truth had awakened. One that would soon change how the galaxy viewed humanity forever. Remy had never seen a room like this. The chamber was vast, circular, and carved from crystal that reflected light like liquid stars. Holographic banners of alien houses floated in the air, each symbol representing a powerful faction of the Luminary Dominion. The ceiling stretched so high it disappeared into glowing mist. This was not a prison. This was a throne hall. And Remy did not belong here. Yet he stood at its center, wearing simple medical clothing, flanked by silent royal guards whose armor hummed with restrained power. Every alien eye in the chamber was fixed on him. Whispers spread like fire. A human? How is he alive? Is this some trick? At the far end of the hall, upon a raised platform, the royal council had gathered. Elders with skin of gold and violet. Military commanders with scarred faces. Scientists whose eyes glowed with unnatural intelligence. And above them all, an empty throne. Queen Seraphina was still recovering. But her absence made her presence even heavier. The council will come to order, announced the High Regent, his voice echoing through the chamber. We convene under emergency law. His gaze sharpened as it landed on Remy. The human is the reason Her Majesty lives, he continued. And the reason our empire now stands on the edge of chaos. Remy swallowed. I didn't ask for this, he said honestly. I just donated blood. A ripple of tension moved through the council. Your blood, the High Regent replied, should not exist. A holographic screen ignited in the air, displaying complex genetic spirals. Human DNA on one side, Luminary royal DNA on the other. They merged. Perfectly. For 10,000 cycles, the regent said. The royal bloodline has remained isolated. No cross-species compatibility. No dilution. No exceptions. He paused. Until you. The chamber erupted. This human is a threat. He could destabilize the throne. Other species will demand access. Humans will rise above their station. Remy's chest tightened. He felt like an animal on display. I'm not trying to take anything, he said louder now. I don't even understand what's happening. A scientist stepped forward. That is the problem. You are the mystery. The hologram shifted, revealing ancient symbols. There is an old royal prophecy, she continued. Buried. Classified. Denied for centuries. Remy looked up. It speaks of a bridge of flesh, the scientist said. A being not born of the stars, but capable of uniting them. A blood that resonates with the throne itself. Silence followed. A human, someone whispered. Remy felt dizzy. A bridge? A prophecy? This was madness. I fix machines, he said quietly. I'm not part of your destiny. Before anyone could respond, the chamber doors opened. Every council member rose to their feet. Queen Seraphina entered. She walked slowly, supported by a faint energy field, but her posture was flawless. Regal. Controlled. Her silver blue skin glowed softly, stronger now than before. Her eyes, those deep, ancient eyes, swept across the room. They stopped on Remy. The noise vanished. I am alive, she said calmly. Because of him. No one spoke. Seraphina stepped forward. Dismiss the council. Gasps echoed. My queen. The High Regent began. That was not a request. One by one, the council members bowed and withdrew, their expressions torn between obedience and fear. When the hall finally emptied, only Seraphina, Remy, and a handful of guards remained. The queen raised a hand. The guard stepped back. She studied Remy closely now. You are afraid, she said. Remy laughed weakly. That obvious? Yes, she replied. And so am I. That surprised him. You, he asked. You rule an empire. And yet, Seraphina said softly, my blood answered yours. She activated a private hologram between them. Genetic data appeared again, but this time, something new glowed at the center. A dormant royal gene. Now awake. When your blood entered my body, she explained, it did not merely heal me. It unlocked something my line had lost. Remy stared. What does that mean? It means, she said carefully, that my bloodline was incomplete. The words hung heavy. For generations, Seraphina continued, we believed purity was strength. Isolation was survival. But the ancient founders knew otherwise. She met his eyes. They engineered the royal genome to wait. To wait for what? For humanity. Remy took a step back. No. That doesn't make sense. Humans weren't even spacefaring back then. They saw potential, Seraphina replied. Adaptability. Emotional depth. Sacrifice. Her voice softened. You gave blood without being asked. Without reward. Without understanding. Remy remembered his father. The hospital. The beeping machines. I just didn't want someone else to die, he said. Seraphina closed her eyes briefly. That choice, she said, may cost you your old life. Remy felt a sharp twist in his chest. I don't want power. Or thrones. Or wars. And yet, Seraphina said, others will want you. She turned away, looking out over the stars beyond the hall. If the council reveals the truth, she continued, humanity becomes central to our empire overnight. Allies will panic. Enemies will strike. Some will try to control you. Others will try to kill you. Remy's hands trembled. What about you? He asked. What do you want? She was silent for a long moment. I want to protect my people, Seraphina said. And now, I must decide whether protecting them means hiding you. She turned back to him. Or standing beside you. Their eyes met again. Not ruler and subject. But two beings bound by blood and fate neither had chosen. Far away, unseen by both of them, encrypted transmissions spread across the galaxy. Whispers of a human whose blood matched a queen. Of an ancient prophecy awakening. And as Queen Seraphina stood at the edge of an impossible choice, one truth became clear. Saving her life had only been the beginning. The galaxy did not wait for Queen Seraphina to decide. By the time the first foreign fleets appeared at the edge of Luminary space, rumors had already become legends. A human whose blood awakened royal genes. A prophecy fulfilled after 10,000 cycles. A throne no longer bound to a single species. And at the center of it all, Remy. He stood alone in a quiet chamber overlooking the stars, his reflection faint in the glass. Somewhere below, war councils argued. Above, fleets aligned weapons. Everywhere, fear and ambition moved faster than truth. Remy pressed his palm against the transparent wall. I should never have stepped into that medical bay, he whispered. You would have, a voice said behind him. No matter the timeline. He turned. Queen Seraphina stood there, no guards this time. No crown. Just her natural presence. Calm, radiant, burdened. The council has fractured, she said. Some want to reveal you. Some want to erase you. A few want to use you. Remy let out a breath. And you? She walked closer. I want the truth. She raised her hand. A golden glyph appeared in the air. Ancient, forbidden. The chamber sealed itself. This is the final record, Seraphina said. The one only a true royal match can unlock. The glyph expanded, projecting a memory older than the Empire itself. Remy saw beings of light and flesh together. Early Luminari and early humans, standing side by side beneath unfamiliar stars. Not conquerors. Builders. Dreamers. Our founders were not alone, Seraphina said quietly. They discovered your ancestors on a forgotten world. Humans were fragile, but adaptable, emotional, capable of selfless sacrifice. The vision shifted. The founders debated. They foresaw a future where isolation would weaken us, she continued. So they created a failsafe. The scene showed genetic engineering, royal blood altered, incomplete by design. They removed a key sequence, Seraphina said. One that could only be restored by a compatible external species. Remy's throat tightened. Humans. Yes, she replied. Not rulers. Not servants. Partners. The vision ended. Silence filled the chamber. So all of this, Remy said slowly, was planned. Not you, Seraphina said firmly. Your choice. She met his eyes. The founders believed only a species capable of giving without expectation could complete the bloodline. Remy looked down at his hands. I'm still just a man, he said. I get scared. I doubt myself. I don't want to be a symbol. That, Seraphina said softly, is exactly why you are. Alarm suddenly blared, different from before. Deeper. More dangerous. An aide's voice cut through the chamber. My queen. The Dominion vanguard has arrived. They demand the human be surrendered. Remy felt the old instinct rise. Run, hide, disappear. I won't let a war start because of me, he said. Turn me over. Seraphina's eyes flashed. No. She stepped forward, placing her hand over his heart. When your blood entered mine, she said, I felt something no ruler should feel. What? Trust. She turned toward the sealed doors. Her voice changed, no longer gentle, but absolute. Open the throne channel. The chamber transformed. Light poured in. The ancient throne rose from the floor, alive with energy. Symbols ignited across its surface, symbols that now mirrored patterns in Remy's blood. Seraphina took her seat. Bring them all, she commanded. Let the galaxy hear. Moments later, the throne hall filled with holographic projections. Alien leaders, generals, emperors. Hostile faces. Hungry eyes. Seraphina stood. You came seeking a weapon, she said. You will leave with the truth. She gestured to Remy. This human saved my life without knowing who I was. Without promise. Without fear of consequence. She raised her arm, exposing the faint glow beneath her skin. Our bloodlines are now complete. The chamber erupted. This is heresy. Humans are inferior. This breaks every law. Seraphina waited. Then Remy stepped forward. He didn't shout. He didn't threaten. I didn't come here to rule you, he said. I didn't come to replace you. I came because someone was dying. He looked at the leaders, really looked. If your empires are so fragile that kindness terrifies you, he said, maybe they deserve to change. Silence fell. The throne responded. Light surged, wrapping around both of them. The ancient system recognized what politics could not. Dual sovereign compatibility confirmed. Gasps echoed across the galaxy. Seraphina placed her hand in Remy's. From this moment, she declared, the Luminari Dominion will no longer stand alone. The energy stabilized. No human will kneel, she continued. And no Luminari will rule without consent. Some leaders disconnected in rage. Others watched in awe. But none could deny it. The prophecy was complete. Later, when the halls were empty and the stars were quiet, Remy stood beside Seraphina on a balcony overlooking a united fleet. Human and alien ships aligned, not in war formation, but in defense. I'm still scared, Remy admitted. Seraphina smiled, just slightly. So am I. She looked at him not as a queen, but as an equal. Then we will be afraid together, she said. Below them, history shifted. A human who gave blood to save a stranger had rewritten the fate of empires. Not with force, but with choice. And in the end, the galaxy would remember this truth. Humanity did not conquer the stars. It healed them. Milky Way sparkles crown.